So it has been a month already with the iPhone 15 Pro. I can deny that when I first saw it in the event, I wasn't very interested. I had the iPhone 14 Pro and it was working incredible. My iPhone 14 Pro had 100% of battery life, great pictures, everything was working great. But after looking a little bit into the iPhone 15 Pro, I decided that I wanted to give it a shot. And I'm so happy that I did. The design this year has been, in my opinion, the best year for iPhones ever. The curved edges and the obviously amazing titanium frame makes the phone feel so much premium and lighter. Also, I feel more comfortable holding the phone without a case, which is a first for me. Coming from an iPhone 14 Pro, I always use case. The phone was a little bit too big for me. The iPhone 15 feels so much more comfortable and I feel more confident handling it with one hand. The battery was another concern of mine coming from the 14 Pro Max, thinking that the 15 Pro wouldn't be enough for my daily usage, which is kind of true, but not as bad as I thought. The phone works incredibly well. For my usage, I do not game as much on my phone anymore. I do play every now and then in downtime or when I'm traveling, but because I use my phone mostly for social media, for Twitter, YouTube, and all those stuff, my phone lasts me sometimes around 5 p.m. or so. So when I come home from work, I like to connect to the charger before I go to the gym and continue with my day. But if you are a light user like me and you want to give it a shot, I highly suggest you to try the 15 Pro instead of the 15 Pro Max. I feel like the perfect size has always been the iPhone 15 Pro. The A17 Pro is an amazing chip, no doubts. But at this point, can we really test how good it is? For the average user, you're never gonna get the phone to that level of performance unless you play AAA games such as Resident Evil Village. I think that the A17 Pro has a lot of potential and this is just a start of something great. And now we're gonna talk about the overheating issues. Since day one, I haven't experienced any. I feel like for some reason, it was something more common for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, but on X, I was seeing a lot of people with the same issue and it was only the 15 Pro Max. It was very strange. My phone never had any issue. I saw more people with the same phone as me and they didn't experience any. So it's a little odd, but luckily Apple already took care of that. So it's nothing to worry about anymore. Now the best part of the iPhone 15 Pro and the reason why I think that you should get it is the camera. This is Apple's most advanced camera system to date with the addition of HDR5 that captures a more color accurate image with better skin tones and true to life colors. This feature is particularly more noticeable when you take images of objects that have a background that is a lot lighter than they are. And on the iPhone 14 Pro, I don't know if you guys remember, when you tried to do something like that, the background was overblown and overexposed, limiting the field of view of an object with a brighter background. Now with the introduction of this HDR5, we're able to finally see beyond the darker objects. Thank you, Apple. Photos also now default to 24 megapixels, which means you're getting more detail with still a reasonable file size. And along with that, on the 15 Pro Max, you get the amazing 5x telephoto lens. That's the only reason why I may have considered getting the 15 Pro Max. The action button for me, I do use it, but not as much as I thought I was gonna do it. My action button is default to my camera. The action button is great, but I don't really use it as much. There's a lot of functionalities that you can add to it. Maybe if they add a double tap, a triple tap to add different features in the future, but as of now, it's just okay. Will I recommend someone to switch to the iPhone 15 Pro or 15 Pro Max? I would say it's the phone to switch. If you're coming from a 14 Pro Max or a 14 Pro, if you have the money to do so, you should do it. It's an incredible phone, you're not gonna regret it. But the difference is not huge unless you're a lot into tech and you'll be able to tell those small little things and you can appreciate the upgrades. The upgrade will make a lot more sense if you're coming from an iPhone 13 Pro and below, in my opinion. iOS is very stable, at least in my experience. So I don't think that switching is necessary to do it every single year. But if you have the money to do so, as I said before, and you want it, and you are gonna take advantage of those features, you know, go for it. If you enjoyed this video and you find it informative and helpful, let me know in the comment section below and let me know what do you want to see in the future. I will try to work in this channel a little bit more to bring a little bit more tech and see what other items I can review for you guys. I hope you enjoy and see you in the next one. See ya.